Welcome to Tabletop Topics. I'm your host, Jeff.
And of course, Jeff, guys, if you want to catch and watch our ugly mugs on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music, and now YouTube Music. We also have our YouTube channel, one word, Tabletop Topics, our Triple T's Clips channel, and our TikTok. So if you click on the link, it'll take you directly to the episodes, and of course we have timestamps so you can navigate throughout. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and of course leave us a comment.
What the fuck?
I can't.
What the fuck?
Thank you for joining us at the tabletop. Let's jump right into
What the fuck? Why you tweaking, man? What did I do?
Oh
What did I
man,
do?
nah man. Yeah, I swear to God, you make me sound like I'm crazy sometimes.
Why?
Cause we'll have full blown conversations, and you're like,
We didn't say that.
nah.
Because I be in and out. I be doing other shit.
Exactly, that's what it was.
That's an
what it was.
autopilot
Nah.
thing.
Okay, but don't
It's an
say.
autopilot thing.
But don't say I didn't say.
If I took a lie detector, if I took a polygraph,
You would
I
pass.
would pass.
Of course.
Exactly.
Because you are.
Exactly.
So that means I'm not important. That's what you're trying to say. That's what you're trying to say. I'm not important. I ain't important enough for you to listen. I'll remember that. I'm dying. Hey, Jeff.
I
help
do
me.
that.
Hey, Jeff, help me. I'm dying. He's going to be like, hold on. Let me text this person first.
You what?
You tripping,
Shit,
man.
this
You
nigga.
tripping.
Oh,
You
man. What the
tripping.
fuck, bro? I'm going to die. I'm just going to die, you know?
Crazy.
What's the point? You know?
Bro, you're stuck in traffic. Like,
Bruh.
what serious convo are we having?
Not
bro?
serious comment. I'm just
Okay,
Look.
so I'm like, I wanna multitask
Uh-huh.
my attention
Yeah, is that it?
on what's happening on the screen, the conversation I'm having with mom, and
Uh-huh.
talking to you, being stuck in
So
traffic.
obviously our brains cannot multitask because that's not
Absolutely not.
That's not a real thing.
But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get as close as I possibly can.
Shit, Jesus Christ, man.
Hell, what the hell? What the hell? Oh yeah, it's diabolical.
Oh shit,
It's
man.
diabolical.
No, man. I just saw that you released a new art. I just got home from work and then
Oh, yeah.
just jumped right into it. You know how it is. I had to ungreasify my face, so
I'm dead.
it's all clear now. You know.
Why don't you use like baby wipes? I know so many people are gonna hate
No,
me for saying that.
I just use napkin.
Right? It's like, wow.
That's it.
What do you do? How do you keep your skin so fucking wet napkin, bro? What the fuck?
You
What
what?
the hell?
That's a
Use
lie.
some water
I
and
use some
a paper towel.
organic water
What the
with
heck?
some
Organic water. Oh, please.
from the tap.
Please, organic water.
Shit. Yeah, man. I use some organic water from the tap. But no, man. I'm just what's up, Vic?
What's up,
How's it
Vic?
going?
How you doing, brother?
No, man. I just it's just that's the conversation we had, and you don't remember it, so it's okay, man. At least everything was ready and set up. You know how the sound.
Oh yeah, I did that at a time because
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna forget. I do things, so because I know my future self
Yeah,
is gonna forget. It's like I'm working backwards in time.
I feel it. Yeah, because I know
Okay.
the soundboard is the one that takes the longest to actually come up because of the system.
I think it's the computer.
you
it
think,
just-
you think it's time
yeah,
for a faster one or a new one, or do we just need to clean it?
Dude, we hardly do anything on this thing.
That's the thing too. It's about to go 2 years. It's about to be 2 years
it?
though. Well, we got it.
Planned obsolescence,
Yeah.
obsolescence.
Obsolescence.
Yeah,
So
you know what I'm saying. So, that's what it is.
yeah. So welcome to another edition of our Halloween episode.
Spooky thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we've gone through a whole series of things, and it's you actually came up with this idea. Is that you?
Nope, I don't think that's me. It's not me, sir.
My phone's on vibrate, Jeff.
My phone's on not any of those. It's not even on Do Not Disturb. That's up. That's
You
up.
what?
Woo.
Oh, you almost dropped the
Oh
camera.
yeah, absolutely.
Holy shit. Yeah. So
That actually kind of hints at what we're gonna get into.
Yeah, that's true. So you actually came up with this idea last night, and I'm like, man, we have seen a lot of films that took that direction from two perspectives:
Mhm.
the person recording and the person that's found the recording. So the person's recording obviously ended up dying, or the person that's found the footage obviously is ended up being in that said situation because there's some type of curse attached to the footage. And
what are we talking about, Jeff?
well, I'm talking about the two perspectives.
Of?
The films that we're going to be speaking on.
Well, what's the topic? What's the topic?
Yeah. So we're talking about found footage, guys.
Oh man,
Bro, I'm just energized.
My boy's ready.
Bro, I come
million miles an hour.
I come from work and I'm like, let's do this fucking shit. Let's do this shit. I'm ready.
Oh man, but yeah, absolutely. Found footage.
Yes, sir.
Because I kind of thought about it, and we always talk about horror from like a viewer's perspective. What would we do in that situation? But we never talked about like people who've actually been in that situation, like from their perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I really thought that was a pretty good idea, and like I brought up some really good examples, and we're gonna kind of go through them, but
dive into
like
them.
Off rip, you know, you can think of Paranormal Activity.
Of course. Oh man, that was a phenomenon. That was in like the 2000, the tens, right?
No, 07.
07.
First freaking Paranormal Activity dropped 2007. Yeah.
I think that's why it was so scary, because like you said, Blair Witch did it in the 90s.
Ahead of its time.
But nobody ever jumped on it again till 2007. So once people were, when you were hearing it, Paranormal Activity in theaters, blah, blah, blah.
Right, and they're showing you all the people's reactions.
Like, yeah, and they're freaking the fuck out there because they're like, nope, that ain't me.
Oh, man.
That ain't me. So,
oh, man.
But no, yeah, that's amazing. So, like I said, that was a good idea. So I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it, because that's something different. Not only are we going to talk about different types of found footage, but we're also gonna have the conversation of what would we do if we found ourselves in that situation recording. But you know, it's modern, so nobody uses cameras anymore.
You know, what was it, cameraman doesn't die or something like that, or cameraman doesn't die, or cameraman always dies? No, cameraman doesn't die.
Cameraman doesn't die. The cameraman would
yeah, cameraman doesn't die. That's the lore hack that I would explore.
Or they die last. Yeah.
Vic says, I have a couple paranormal stories, and I experienced my first sleep paralysis this month. You wanna expand on that while we crack into this this thing, bro?
Yes, sir. So which one do you want to dive into first?
Let's talk about Paranormal. I already brought it up.
Okay, all right. So Paranormal Activity, man. It was, I mean, it was.
What's the thing that, like, what kept you on the edge of your seat? Like, how did you decipher the freaking movie? Like, what was your first thoughts when you
My first thought was the shape of the creature. Like, I wanted to know what it was. Because you know the lore of never showing the actual monster, but the footsteps, the sounds, the running, the tugging at the sheets,
right.
The little things. Like it gradually became more serious and violent than it did at the beginning. Because at the beginning it was like a foot tug, or.
But like leading up to that, like with the lore, because we're just kind of introduced to this family. Who lives in, I think it was like San Diego, California or something like that. Yeah. They just moved into a new place.
Yeah.
And we're introduced to this husband and wife and their son. And Vic says, let me finish my wings real quick.
All right, got you.
All right, for sure.
All right, take your time, sir. You don't have to rush.
Eat your dinner, bro. But, and pretty much it's just like, you know, things are, I guess, normal. The way they're being presented, you know, like, when you first move into a house, you want to record everyone's reaction.
Yeah, for sure.
And whatnot. But I guess one day they kind of go out, like, on a family outing, and they come back, and they find that their house is trash.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So, because of that, like, they decide to put cameras.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They decide... Oh, no. That's the second movie. The first movie is the girl like kept doing weird shit middle of the night. Like she kept hearing noise and something kept tugging her feet, da da da. And they were just kind of thinking, okay, maybe you have some, like what do you call it when you move in your sleep and stuff like that?
Sleepwalking?
Not sleepwalking. It's like when you snore, when you drool, when you move and kick around a lot. It's called something. It's like a sleeping disorder or something like that.
Sleep apnea? Sleep apnea.
There you go.
You what?
Yeah. So he's like, all right, so I'll set up a camera to record you, and it just starts recording weird shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
like she'll stand there, or fast forward,
Right.
then she'll move
You know
back
what
and
I'm saying?
forth. Yeah,
And it starts recording weird shit, and of course, the first movie, no one ever finds out. Like we're the demon or this entity is still an unknown. You see what I'm saying? So by the end of the movie, of course, the husband who's the victim in all this ends up dying. He ends up dying, and the last thing that you see on the camera is her face morph into this demonic thing. And then, like, she kills him. And then, cut to black, movie's over. And then, of course, second movie, we meet her sister.
Yeah, the younger sister. Yes.
And then we find out they live.
Well, quick question for you. Don't lose your thought. Was it like a prequel because there was, or she just got another boyfriend?
What do you mean?
Was there another guy in the picture? Wasn't there a
No. So the second movie is a prequel and current.
Okay. So it's showing you the past and the present.
And the present
before.
as it's happening.
Okay.
Because both of these events are happening
At the
simultaneously.
So it's basically like a crossover.
Right.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Go ahead.
And it includes her sister.
Yeah.
So pretty much same thing. So what I said earlier, there's a break-in in her sister's house. Her husband decides to set up cameras. And then that's when the paranormal shit starts happening. And whatchamacallit, they had a son. Oh, yeah. So they're the family who had a son. The first couple didn't have a son.
Have a son. Okay.
They were just married. But her sister had a son. Right.
Okay.
But her sister had a son. And essentially, paranormal shit starts happening. And, of course, it's being caused by the sister. And, they're trying to get down to, what's going on. And, of course, I'll spare you the details, but her husband ends up dying.
Of course, yeah.
And
because the guys always try to stop whatever this entity is trying to do to all the women in the family. I got you.
Vic says, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Also, Jeff knows about the 2015 Bush story. What is that?
2015 Bush story?
What is that?
Bro, you're going to have to refresh my memory.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
We're talking about found footage. But, so pretty much...
it was probably before Vic's time.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was before Vic's time.
You're right.
He was a
crazy.
baby when Paranormal Activity came out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But, so pretty much where the first movie ended is where the second movie ends.
But also begins.
Gotcha. Well, not necessarily begins, because the first movie first movie ends with her killing her husband.
And they're showing you a different perspective.
Right, and then they're showing you what's happening at the same time that the paranormal shit at her sister's house is happening with her younger sister.
Okay.
So now both sisters have killed their husbands.
Damn.
And then the other sister comes immediately from her house after she killed her husband and kidnapped their first son.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And then, of course, the third movie is now we go back in time to when the sisters were growing up. And their dad had to deal with this shit.
So this was like a prequel of the prequel.
Right.
Okay.
A prequel of the prequel, the first and the second. And essentially, it was like the curse was the firstborn of this family line needs to sacrifice their son.
Their firstborn son. I got you.
But for generations...
all they've been having was women.
Was women.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, pretty much, it all ended up tying to like a witch's coven, where it was only women, and of course the grandma of the sisters was part of it.
Okay.
So she's the one who cursed them.
Okay. All right. I
You see
feel
what I'm
it.
saying? Yeah.
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? So like, just kind of going through that. I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy.
No, that is crazy because, and on top of that, they had a demonic presence to also help them out too. So the part that was baffling me was, why was the entity messing with the girl?
The older,
from the first film,
right?
Like it kept running back and forth, pulling her down the hall, freaking her out.
So they explained that in the third movie. That's Toby.
Okay.
Toby is the imaginary friend that needs a body to be possessed, which is why they need the firstborn son. Yes.
So, okay.
Toby's like, you need to get to work. Yeah.
So that
get me my body.
That's why Toby.
Yeah.
Oh,
get me my body.
Okay.
Yeah. So like when they were younger,
they were all talking to
Toby.
They
were all talking to Toby.
Okay.
Yep, they were all talking to Toby. And remember at the end of the movie, when the grandma kills the dad, and the camera's still on the ground, what does the younger sister say? Come on, Toby. Let's go, Toby. Yeah, that's Toby. She thought she could forget about it and leave it in the past and da-da-da, but no.
But Toby followed her where she went. And then, of course, like you said, the males were getting in the way of what needed to come to fruition. Right. So they had to... Toby couldn't kill the males, but they could.
They could.
So they needed the women to kill the men for them in order for them to continue whatever they were trying to continue.
To summon Toby.
To
give Toby a vessel.
Nuts.
That's crazy shit, man.
That's nuts.
That's crazy shit.
You just unlocked a lot of memories. So my question to you would be if you were ever in that situation, how would you go about it? And don't say, okay, I'm just gonna die. Because that's like your fucking go-to answer, man.
This is real life, man. What the fuck do you want me to say?
You're not the main
character.
You
want me to be delusional? You want me to lie? What the fuck? That's expectations. So now when that situation actually fucking happens, they're gonna be like, hey, you remember all that shit you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, go fight the demon. What the fuck? Oh, I know I'm gonna die. What the hell?
Shit.
Of course I'm gonna die.
Oh, man, that's nuts.
What the hell? That thing is supernatural. What am I gonna do?
That you can't see it.
You see what I'm saying?
Use the iodized salt.
What show did that? Supernatural, right?
Supernatural, yeah. But the way the demon would go around that was they would open the window so the wind could blow the salt away.
Just turn on a freaking tower.
You know what the crazy thing is? All they would have to do was put fire around the salt and it'd burn it on the floor, and they wouldn't be able to pass it.
Oh, like ingrain it into the...
burn a circle on the floor.
I feel that.
Because, salt like heats up just like sugar.
And they had like the freaking shotgun.
Yes, the shotgun salt.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like especially like what happened last night, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
When the right side alarm just started going crazy and tweaking. And that alarm doesn't go off for anything.
You said, when's the last time you saged the house?
Dog, that shit was crazy. No, for real. Jeff, the last time the right side camera went off was like 2 weeks ago. And that's because Bruce will run on the side of the house and he'll activate it. We have no nighttime footage on the right side of the house. Nothing's happening on that side of the house. So we're just chilling, and then the freaking notification just starts tweaking.
Yeah.
It starts tweaking, and then I'm like, Jeff, check it out. What is that? And he looks at the camera, and he's like, Jeff. And he says in the most serious voice. I'm like, okay, maybe, I guess there's...
I said pause it, yeah.
Yeah, Jeff's like, pause it. Jeff. And I'm like, what? And he doesn't fucking say anything. He does the typical movie bullshit. Instead of telling me exactly... At the moment I ask him, what is it? He just stands there really quiet. Jeff. I'm like, I'm not doing this. So I just pulled out my phone, and I went and I looked at it. And the camera's just straight tweaking. It's just like shaking, and you're seeing like scan lines. You keep seeing shadows move in front of it. And I'm like, huh.
Yeah, nah.
And Jeff's like, we can explain that away.
You what?
I just gotta change the battery.
Shit. Yeah. Oh, acknowledge? No. Who's gonna die tonight?
Like,
not me.
I just gotta change the
And then
batteries.
that's when Bruce wants to go outside. I closed the door.
Oh yeah, because Bruce started barking. I'm like,
he wanted to go pee. He went and peed. I closed the door. I said, when he's ready, he'll come back in.
Now we use Bruce as a decoy. Let him book it. And then we go the other way. What the heck? Oh, that was just weird. And then that's what just kind of...
Yeah, you're like, yeah, when's the last time you staged your house? After I finished doing it, it stopped doing it. I'm like, nah, man. Nah.
Oh, that was weird.
Nah.
That was weird.
Like
and I did that dumb shit where, you know, like, you start looking for something.
Oh, to see if it moves?
Like, you want to see, like, it's that morbid curiosity. Like, man, if I see this, like, now I know. You see what I'm saying?
Then you're fucked.
Then I'm fucked.
Because you acknowledged it.
Like, because if I just, like, oh, okay, it's just messing up, put it right back in my pocket, we're good. But if I saw something, like, now I fucking know. And they'll probably know I know. You know what I'm saying? And
especially when you're looking at the corner for it every
that's
single
a
time you
whole
go
lot
outside.
of bullshit I ain't trying to do it. Oh, no.
Then you're going to try to tell me and I'll be like, nigga, you on your own. Here's your sage. Here's your fire. You better bless the house. I don't know what you got to do. Tell mommy's Haitian people to come and pray for it. Absolve it of all its sins. I don't know what you want to do,
Did you ever bless the house when you first moved here?
Nah.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Never blessed the house.
That's tough.
I saged it.
I don't know.
I saged it.
Sage don't hold weight like a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
Because you've been blessed with the house. You got a blessing.
Oh, he sent it to me. All right, so I'm going to read this real quick before we jump back into it. So he said in 2015, we were doing a patrol on the block and there was a bush towards the end of the block. I swear to this day I saw 3. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about, Vic. He's like, I swear I saw 3 people trying to sneak through the bushes. We was told to shoot anything that looks suspicious. Now I see this and I start shooting and then Red, Twinkie, Gator, and Drano starts running down the block shooting at that same bush. We don't stop shooting until we're all out of animal. Now we go and check to see if anyone got hit or at least a blood trail. Nothing. We didn't find shit. We even checked when the sun came up. Nothing. Everyone thought I was losing it from that point on. But I swear I saw 3 niggas going into the bush. Nah, bro. Those were demons. Those were demons. You don't fuck with that shit, bro.
Prayers up for that bush, though.
Yep.
Ain't did shit.
Yep, that bush didn't do shit.
That
and
bush
you barraged it with bullets.
Probably got trimmed that day, too. That's tough. Looking all nice and pretty on the front yard.
He's like, my haircut wasn't until next week.
Crazy.
No,
That's
yeah, okay.
crazy.
I remember what he was saying because he literally said he saw people in the bush, so he was like pulling a Terminator, but he was pulling a Rambo. So of course his buddies come and they go, what are we shooting at? Nobody knows what they're shooting at.
No, honestly,
they're just yelling.
Wait, that's real as fuck though. That's real as fuck.
When your boys
you shooting at nothing and your boys just come and just start shooting. What we shooting at?
Yes, sir.
Don't fucking matter. Keep shooting.
Yeah, so after the bullets are done flying, that's when they're like, all right, did we get them? They go check. There's nothing. They're like, bro.
Oh, man. No, that's wild.
Bruh. He saw the 3 ghosts.
That's fucking different.
Nah, man.
That's different as hell, bro.
No, okay, I remember what you were talking, because you said the bush, so that was vague, so I didn't really understand what you were talking about, but as soon as you were explaining it, that's why I'm like, all right, I understand what you're saying. Like I said, they were patrolling, they saw people, and then he started shooting. His boys came in, they started shooting too, thinking that there was something in the bush, and there was nothing. So they dispensed all their bullets and didn't hit a single thing.
That reminds me of
What?
when you playing, like, fucking, I don't know, Splinter Cell or Metal Gear, and it's like throw can to cause a distraction.
Yeah.
Or like, what was it?
Spider-Man.
No, not even just Spider-Man. What's the fucking one? The survival one.
Oh, you're talking about
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider or
Last of Us.
No, not Last of Us, and also Uncharted.
Uncharted,
yeah.
Like they patrolling.
Yeah, so
throw can to cause distraction. Start shooting. Keep shooting.
Oh, man.
What?
Nah.
I love it.
I was putting the Predator scene. Of course, yeah, man. I feel it, man. I feel it. Yeah.
Oh, big. Oh, I love you, man. That's funny.
No, but something that you awoke in my memory when you were talking about when I was driving home was, bro, y'all laughing, but I swear I was. Hey, man, when you look back at it, it's funny now, man. It's funny now. That's how you gotta look at it. I believe you saw.
I believe you, man.
You saw dead people, but
probably,
yeah.
So dead ops. That's what it was.
Yep, that's what it was.
For the Empire.
For the Empire.
He saw 3 people in the bushes, but couldn't find them. He tried to do everything he can. Even his boys came in, but he didn't get them. At the end, they thought he was crazy.
Shit. No, but like a film that you really like bogged my memory, like not a found footage film that you kind of just jogged it when you were saying it was Wreck.
Oh, yeah.
Wreck was Wreck.
Oh, yeah.
Wreck.
And here's the thing, too, because it was a foreign film, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The original, it was remade in America.
Mm-hmm.
Like the rest of the series, I believe.
Yeah. So they did Wreck 2, 3, and 4.
Right. That was more like...
And it connected to the previous ones?
Followed the same kind of plot.
Uh-huh.
The first one was kind of used as like a reference point. Like, this happened in...
And this is the continuation of that, but...
You know, this is another case where this happened in South America or something like that. You know? So, yeah, it was pretty much... She was like a local news reporter kind of reporting, doing a story on the local fire department. And, you know, they're just kind of taking her through all the bells and whistles. She's talking to all the firemen. They're giving her a tour, blah, blah, blah. And in the middle of, you know, their interview and stuff and tour, their alarm goes off and they're called on scene to an apartment complex.
Yep.
And they decide to go inside. They were told that they heard a woman scream upstairs on like the 4th or 5th floor or something like that.
Okay.
So they make their way up the stairs and they bust open the door and they're shining their light. The whole apartment's dark and they see this old woman drenched in like blood. She's in her muumuu or her nightgown or whatever.
Yeah, big old dress and stuff.
Drenched in blood. And like there's blood all over her face and her mouth. And they're just, you know, first responder shit. Like, are you okay, man? Blah, blah, blah.
Typical, yeah. Are you okay? All this stuff like that.
You know, we need to take you downstairs. We need to get you to an ambulance.
Blood coming from you. All that stuff, yeah.
All this shit. So while she's doing that, the cameraman's recording and, you know, the old lady gets violent. So she starts, like, wrestling with the firefighters. And it just starts getting crazy. So the reporter thinks it's too much for her to handle, and she just dips. She's like, fuck this shit.
Damn, all y'all dying by yourselves.
She's like, I'm out of here. This is too violent. I can't do it. So, whatchamacallit? And she hears a commotion upstairs while everything's happening. And the fire chief goes down with her, and she's just kind of asking him all these questions. You know, what do you think it is? Blah, blah, blah. And no one knows. So, let's fast forward. They find out that the lady bit somebody upstairs. So there's a guy that's with them who works for the State Department, and he knows what's going on.
CDC?
Right.
Type shit.
He knows what's going on because they're trying to escape the apartment, and he's like, you can't leave. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you can't leave. Their health department shows up, quarantines the whole building. And the guy inside is keeping them from leaving. And pretty much it's like, now you're stuck in this building with this crazy lady who's biting people and has like insane strength.
And there's no lights,
no lights, no nothing. You know, and you notice that someone who got bit became aggressive and had that super strength type shit. You know what I'm saying? And you can't.
So is it vampire or zombie?
They didn't want to say zombie. It was so weird because you could call it. Ooh, what do you call them? What we saw in Imminence of Shadow. They're caused by vampires, but they're not vampires.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. What do they call them? Fuck, I know what you're talking about. They're like minions
Right. Right. They're like sub vampire. Because
Yeah.
you know how you have like main vampires, like
basically the ones that are conscious, and then those are literally the ones that that just create like you're the pawns.
right. You're a zombie,
You're a zombie,
but a
so-
vampire zombie.
zombie,
Like I
yes.
don't know how to. There's a word for it, and I'm mad that I forgot. I'm mad that I forgot. But that's pretty much it because, so of course she's recording and they're just trying to keep away from each other and stuff like that. And more people are getting bitten and infected. And now there's a horde, like everyone who's been quarantined in the apartment has now turned. So now they're like trying to hide and,
Yeah, and their numbers start to dwindle.
the numbers start to dwindle and then it just ends up with her and her cameraman. It just ends up being her and her cameraman. And they're told, the owner of the building told them, there's a key to the basement that has a door that'll lead you out, but it's in the whatchamacallit,
The nest.
the medical student's room. But the medical student got bit. It's in his drawer. But now there's zombies downstairs. There's zombies upstairs. So now they gotta dodge the zombies downstairs, make their way upstairs to his room. They don't know which one his room is because he died.
Because they died
Halfway through the explanation. So they finally find his room, rummaging through all the keys. Then they finally make it down to the basement. And they find in the basement, there's like a laboratory with like chemicals and shit like that, and piping bags and like flasks and shit. And then they find a whole bunch of news stories on a weird virus that's been spreading. And it's like quoting ancient biblical texts, Catholic texts, and shit like that.
Oh,
yeah, it's
shit,
some crazy
that's
shit.
Nuts.
And then the cameraman's still recording, and they're like, "All right, we're finally gonna get out." And then something
grabs the camera.
grabs the cameraman. The camera falls, and then she goes to pick up the camera because the camera's the only thing that has a light on it, and she's just staring at the camera. And then the light,
Night vision.
night vision, right?
Yeah, because the light will attract them towards you. Yeah.
And then she has night vision, so she's just holding the camera and she's looking at the camera, and then all of a sudden she falls down, and then something drags her off into the distance.
And then the camera just keeps.
And then it just keeps rolling.
That's
It
crazy.
just keeps rolling.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
See, and that's the thing, man. When I'm thinking about situations like that, I'm like, fuck. It's as much as I would like to say that I would never want to be in a situation like that. I guarantee there's probably gonna be a time where it's like, oh, I have to go help this person, or I have to help you, or somebody ends up in that, and you didn't think this was what it actually was gonna be, but it ends up being that exact situation. So it's like, as much as I would say, me no be there, something might put me there,
right?
And it's like, fuck, how do I survive?
Wrong place, wrong time.
Wrong time,
Shit.
exactly. And
Yep.
it's like, as soon as you're in that situation, your mind is racing a million miles a minute because you're trying to figure out, what is it? Is it zombies? Is it vampires? Is it this? Is it that? Should I wrap my arm in something so if they try to bite me, should I look for a weapon? Should I do this?
Right.
So it's like a million shit is going through your mind a second trying to figure out, because your instinct now is survive. You can't run because it's what is it called? Fight or flight.
Fight or flight.
So you can't run. So now it's find something that you can use to fight. But for them, they're just avoiding.
Right. Well, the zombies were super strong. Damn. They were insanely, bro. The old lady was picking up grown men. Damn. Yeah, like that's
fucking nuts.
that's
bro.
great. And the thing that made it worse was the child. Once a child becomes a zombie, that's the hardest thing to like, because they're just so, you know what I'm saying, like little rugrats and shit. Like they can jump on you.
Oh yeah, they're
like
like
a spider
fucking
and shit. Like gremlins. And
that's so fucking weird.
It's
so
harder to
avoid them than
Right.
anything else. So it's like,
because the thing that made it worse, the person who originated with the virus was the little girl. Well, the little girl got it from their puppy, from their dog.
gotcha.
And then she was just.
And then she started biting everybody else, and of course, just like Resident Evil, the little girl bit them.
I was a little girl, or like a kid or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, here's the thing when it comes to like found footage. If it's found footage, you're not in the story. You're gone.
No, yeah, exactly.
Like if I found footage of you, that should immediately click in your head. no one survived.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, I think the thing too is it doesn't say found footage on there. It's just tape or cassette, and the question is how did it get to where it got? You see what I'm saying? So
Or who left it there?
yeah,
Because the reason why they call it found footage is because if you look at the last place a lot of these accounts take place, the camera's just lying on the ground until the battery dies.
exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So someone had to find it. It's not like, oh, everyone was saved and we collected all the evidence and all that. No, everyone was dead.
You see, and that's the thing. That's the thing with perfect example with Sinister. It's like
Ooh.
everybody moved into the house, and they would go from house to house to house. So it wasn't like it stayed in the same one, but everybody would go or move into the house. He would go in the attic. He'd find the boxes of cassettes.
No, that was hilarious.
He put it.
That was a troll.
Yeah, it was a troll.
That
It was a troll.
That was a troll.
So he would put in the cassettes. He started playing them because he was a writer. So he was trying to create his new book.
Oh, his new book.
His new book. So that kind of gave him ideas. And it's like after it started getting real, it was too late. He burned it. He
smashed them.
He smashed
threw 'em in the
it.
trash.
He threw it in the trash. And every time he went up to the attic, it was right there.
It was the Annabelle fucking thing.
Basically, yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
the biggest thing with the whole Annabelle thing is what did they say? If you let the doll in or acknowledge the doll's existence, then that's it. You can't get rid of
Locked.
it.
You're locked.
You're locked in. Yeah, so it doesn't
Like a
matter.
timeshare.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter where you go or what you do. You're screwed. So with the whole Sinister thing, like you said, it's not like it says found footage. He just found it in the attic, which we don't know how he got there. Right. And as he was watching,
and who recorded them?
Exactly. And turns out it was
the kids.
The kids would set up the camera.
But that's the thing. Didn't they end up getting like supernatural strength? Because how are you tying your entire family up? Bro?
Yes. And then at the end, which was crazy to me, the entity would just take them into the video. That was weird. So it's like...
You know why I think it was kind of weird? It gives those like dark web vibes.
Explain.
Like you know, back in the day with those weird shock sites.
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
Oh, okay. Like they show the gruesomeness of the world.
Or remember that documentary I watched on YouTube? Whatchamacallit? It was like where he was exploring death or something like that. It was like a movie that came out in like the 80s or something like that. And it showed people actually dying.
Oh yeah.
And it's available on YouTube
where he was
education.
Yeah, where he was saying like what lies beyond death, and then he was just walking around and there was bodies there and walking around and they found an inflated body right there in the water.
Right.
Yeah, I remember what you were talking about.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Bro says, "Those are my scary stories till I'm there."
Oh, he said check your phone. Okay, hold on.
Vic brought us some scary stories.
All right. So sleep paralysis happened on the 10th, and not gonna lie, it scared the fuck out of me. I woke up paralyzed, but the way my room is set up, I'm able to see my window and door. I hear footsteps, but these aren't regular footsteps. These are like those slow thump footsteps. My door opens, and it's a nigga in all black. Bro even has a black mafia hat on.
What was it?
Now I'm trying to move because I think this nigga's killed everyone in the house and it ain't gonna be me. God damn it. This nigga running and jumping on me, hard pause, and started choking the fuck out of me. I can feel myself fading away again. I can't do anything. I'm paralyzed. I see this nigga pull out a knife and jam it right into my ribs, and that's when I wake up. And now I am extremely paranoid. I search the whole house. Keep in mind, it's 3 a.m. Devil's hour, by the way. I wake everyone up. I have my AR loaded, and in searching every place someone can hide, even spot people can't hide, and nothing. House was clean. Did not go to sleep for a week after that. I stood awake, paranoid, drinking Monster. Haven't had another sleep paralysis situation. I told my homie about this, and he told me I saw Hat Man. Look that shit up. What's
I don't want to look that shit up. What? Why am I gonna
Vic.
invite this shit? What?
Vic?
I don't want to know about it. If I know it exists, it can enter my mind. It can enter my mind, and once it enters my thoughts,
Vic.
it will materialize.
Vic, you see my face?
I'm
Nah,
not
bro.
gonna look up.
We're not trying to invite shit here.
Hatman,
Bruh,
what?
you better get some sage, and you better cleanse your house. That's all I'm gonna say. Just burn some sage.
Man. I didn't do none of that shit.
Mm-mm.
I didn't do that Bloody Mary shit.
Nope.
I didn't do that Candyman
Nope.
shit.
Mm-mm.
I didn't do none of that.
I ain't doing Hat Man either.
What the hell?
Hat Man can stay Hat Man. I ain't looking it up.
Nah, man.
Nope.
I'm chilling.
Sorry, sir. Nobody's dying with you.
I chilling.
What I would say is, I think my brother and I are a little bit different because it's not something you can do right away. It's something you have to learn, like to be able to control your dreams. And I think that's something that you're going to have to try to learn, because understand that it's your dream, not the Hat Man's dream. So if you can take control in that dream, then you have the power, because technically it's your world, not his. He's just entering it. Perfect example, Freddy Krueger. He scares the shit out of people, kills them in their dreams. But when they finally realize that it's my dream, like they did a stupid meme where Freddy went into a nerd's dream, and then he's like, "What's going on, motherfucker?" And then the guy's like, "Freddy, is that you?" He's like, "Yeah, you ready to die, bitch?" And he's like, "No, you're going to die. You know why? Because I'm a weeb."
A weeb.
And he's like, "I'm a weeb." So and he's like, "I'm a weeb, and this is my dream." So this nigga starts doing the Kamehameha wave, and that's when Freddy knew he fucked up. But that's what I'm saying. So,
you know what's gonna save you, Vic? Anime.
Yeah.
You gotta watch anime.
It gives you ideas. But no, you just gotta learn how to, instead of not sleeping, either you can get diagnosed with pills that don't make you sleep,
or anime,
or anime.
You'll watch anime, bro.
Or like I said, slowly learn how to control the dream to the point where you can say, "This is my world, not his." That's how you got. That's the only advice I can give to you. I'm not a therapist, but I'm just letting you know, if that's what's happening every time you go to sleep, I would look at it in that perspective. But you have to, it's gonna take time, but you'll eventually learn how to control your dreams and have the dreams and do whatever you want in your dreams.
You can meditate too.
That, or you can get some sage and just cleanse your whole house. It helps.
But Vic has to be spiritual though.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta believe what you're saying.
Oh, he sees demons.
No, you can see it. You gotta believe what you.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta actually manifest the shit that you.
No, I feel it.
You know.
Glory or Valhalla. I said what I said.
I said what I said.
You stupid.
I said what I said.
Oh man.
Yes, sir. Oh, but here are some fringe found footage, right? Would you consider? No, because we already brought that up. Sinister. Like, would you consider Sinister and The Ring as found footage? Because they're finding tapes and shit, right?
Yes.
But it's still from the, like, because with found footage, we're the ones, the audience is the one who's essentially, like, we're the guys who found it.
Yeah.
We're the first viewers of this incident. But like with The Ring or Sinister, like that.
It's like I said, there's two perspectives of found footage, where you're actually recording it or where you actually find it and you end up in the situation to try to survive it. So that's how I look at it when they say found footage, because technically you are finding tapes.
Yeah, that's true.
So what did Nick say?
Boys, tell me how a DoorDash driver hit my Mustang, took the fender off, and ran.
What? You what? Oh shit, bruh.
Yeah, did you get his tag? If you send it to me, we can dox him.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we'll dox his house, bro.
Dox him.
That's nuts, man. Hopefully you find out who it is and get your fender back.
Wait, he ran off with the fender?
Yes, that's what he said.
Oh no, that's crazy. No, hold on. This is some gold dress, blue dress shit.
Yep.
He took the fender off and ran. That could mean two things. He took the fender off and ran, or he took the fender off and then ran after taking the fender off.
Oh shit!
Bro said
Hashtag thug life.
That's crazy.
You what?
Nah.
So what now, man? You just gonna be driving fenderless? How's this work now?
Yeah.
I didn't get his tag, but brother, you ain't sly. We know who delivered the order.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, man had a hit and run is what I meant.
Okay, all right, I feel it.
I feel that.
I
That's
feel it.
crazy, bro. You got to get the dash cam.
Car
man.
was parked and he still hit
You
it.
got to get them dash cams.
Bro, how car parked and you still hit it?
That's crazy.
Well, remember, Tesla's the only one that has the dash cam that activates when somebody walks near it. Every other car, it has to be on because he
the
said
car has to be on.
yeah, because he said it was parked.
You can't just have it connected to the battery at all times. You could have like an independent.
Because you're gonna kill your battery.
You think a dash cam is gonna kill your battery?
Yes.
Bullshit. I'm pretty sure my
What
headlights
do you say?
use more battery.
DoorDash paid for the whole. Oh shit. Okay.
What?
Okay, that's what's up.
Oh shit! Let me go do a shipped order, full head-on collision, bro. Give me a Beamer. What the hell? Let me go deliver order for shit.
Shit.
I need to sign up for DoorDash. They
Yeah.
giving people new cars.
Yep. Hell yeah.
What the fuck?
Hell yeah. I say tell the door. Leave
What the
instructions
fuck?
on your You know how you leave instructions on DoorDash? I need you to run into my car.
Bruh, absolutely.
On the
Please.
camera.
Please.
Yeah.
Can you back into my vehicle? What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I did not know that. DoorDash, I'm guessing because he was on the clock or he was in the middle of it.
Probably.
That's
Yeah.
fire.
But what were you saying?
What was I saying?
You're on I think the Sinister or the
Oh, yeah. Like, what classifies as, like,
found footage.
found footage?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, for me to repeat what I said, personally, I believe there's two types.
Mhm.
There's the one that is in it. There's one that, and then there's one that partakes. There's one that partakes, and then there's the one that's in it.
Okay.
Yeah. So the partake is the one that finds it, and then they end up getting stuck in whatever.
Curse. It's
Curse.
always a curse. For
Yes,
some reason.
because it's always attached to the video. So it's like you watch a tape, the entity is not worried about you, but they're like, "Oh, somebody activated the tape. Now I'm stuck to you."
Right.
So now
it's
I'm
kind
gonna-
of like an incantation.
Yeah,
I guess.
basically. So
Like
now I'm focused on you.
A magical item. or
Basically,
some
yeah,
shit.
so.
I feel that. Would you consider? Because I brought this up earlier. Would you consider Cloverfield found footage?
Yes, because somebody found the tape.
I
I don't know how they survived, but somebody found the tape. Because they're like, if you're watching,
Right.
yeah.
They nuked the fuck out of the city. Right?
Yeah, Central Park in New York City.
Right.
Yep.
They nuked it.
hmm
And my thing is like,
But they were under the bridge technically too.
but what was that? Like, I know
If you watch the Cloverfield Paradox on Netflix, it actually shows you the
Alien.
the creature. Yeah, it's
So it's not a kaiju.
No, it's an entity from an alternate reality. Yeah, it gets complicated. That's why they call it the paradox. So it's an entity from another reality that destroyed that Earth, and for some reason something happened to where it went into our world. So when it went into our world, it sucked the woman that lost her daughter in that world to their world where their daughter's alive, but her mom is dead. So it's the opposite.
But that's not even like a
Yeah,
equal exchange.
it was something different. It was weird.
That, the universal law, like what? You're telling me you're going to transport this giant, massive creature for this tiny little woman?
Mm-hmm. Well, because they were working on, I believe, a particle accelerator, but they had to do it in space so they didn't destroy the world. And then they ended up opening up a rift. That rift.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
That rift took her.
I thought it was more like the boundaries of reality or shit.
So the
kinda.
rift opened because in that world, in that Earth, her daughter died, her husband left, but she was an astronaut, so she went into space. And then she went through the rift and ended up in a world where she was dead, her daughter was alive, but in that world, they weren't. So her goal was to get back, but when she got back, they were destroying that
They were
world.
destroying that world.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so there is like a
Paradox.
closed loop.
Yeah, they were trying to
Okay.
because everyone wanted to not only know what the monster looked like, but where did it come from, and they figured.
Well, we all saw that in the first movie.
They didn't show where it came from though.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
they kind of showed you the weird shape of its face and all that stuff like that.
I thought it had something to do with like kaiju and shit. First time it dropped, because you remember that at that time, that's when they were hyping up King Kong, that long ass King Kong movie.
Oh, the
It
one
was
from
like
2005.
4 hours, 5 hours. That was crazy.
2005.
I remember you bought that movie
It's still
for DVD. That shit came with like 3-4 discs.
Yep, and then I rebought it on Blu-ray where it's on now on 1.
Part 1 is over. Insert part 2. That's
Yeah.
crazy. The fact that they released that in theaters and expected people to
Sit
sit
down.
there.
That was the first 3-hour movie next to
That's
Titanic that came out.
crazy.
Because remember, Titanic had 2-part cassette.
Shame on them. What the fuck? They couldn't did like a little recess, 15-minute recess. Shame on them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit for 3.5 hours.
But yeah, so and it's like I said to wrap it up. Essentially, that really is my question to you. It's like, in any of the scenarios that you find yourself in, how would you try to like understand, reconcile, or deal with it? Because
if I'm in the scenario of me being the one in the found footage, I'm already dead. That's literally
gotcha, because they hardly always ever never make it out.
It's found footage.
Yes.
The original owner is no longer there.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But if in the case it's like The Ring,
would you try to find a loophole or figure out within the 7 days?
I don't think I would have died, because she had a unique scenario
where she
accidentally found the secret of how to pass on the curse.
Okay.
Which was copy the tape and then have someone watch the copy.
So it can come after them.
So it can go after them. And she found that out because her son watched the copy of the tape.
So it stopped coming after her.
So it stopped coming out, but she didn't know that. So she thought it was her son, and her ex-boyfriend that were all going to die. That were all cursed.
So he watched it because he wanted to die with them, not knowing that it wasn't even going after the son anymore. It was going to go after him.
It was going after him. Because remember, they made multiple copies of the movie.
Yes.
So he watched it. For him to lose the curse, he had to make a copy and show it to someone else. Her son watched her copy. So he got the curse and it came off of her. But she didn't realize that until the end, where it was supposed to be the 7 days, and
it didn't come after.
Nothing happened.
Okay.
But the thing is, the curse that she had, she thought it was tied to this farmer's wife and their adopted daughter, because this farmer and his wife were trying to have kids. Had like 26 miscarriages or some shit. It was absurd ass fucking number. 26 miscarriages, and they just decided to adopt this girl, and the girl was weird, I guess, and the wife didn't like that because it brought misfortune on their whole family. She drove the wife crazy, and then so the wife just ended up strangling her and dropping her down the well.
Oh wow!
Right.
Okay.
But it turns out that this girl had nothing to do with the curse.
Gotcha. So was the curse already in the well?
The curse was already an entity itself.
It just took her body.
Right.
I feel it.
Right.
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? Because just like Wreck, this original movie started in Japan. And what the West tried to do was, essentially, as the other movies started to come out, they essentially tried to tie it back into its origin story, which was like Sadako or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, like Japan.
Yeah. She was
already Asian. Yeah.
She was the
girl.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, so it was just like that. That was pretty much how the curse worked. It was, if you wanted to pass the curse on, you had to create a copy, get someone to watch it, and then they now have the curse.
I feel it.
But
Vic's like,
have y'all seen 13 Ghosts? Was it that?
Yes. Glass House.
No. That was different. Was it a glass house?
because it had the seal marks to keep.
You're right. 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 You had the jackal. It's the jackal. It's the jackal.
I remember we kept saying that.
It's the jackal. You had the jackal. You had the something prince. The angry princess. Would you have like a juggernaut or some shit? Some big motherfucker. You had the mom, the widow, or something like that. I don't know.
The widower.
The widower.
Hold on. Let's see. You had the hammer.
The hammer.
The jackal.
Uh-huh.
You had the juggernaut.
The juggernaut, yeah.
You had. Hold on. Oh, let's see. It's not even showing all of them.
Yeah, because I remember this jackal had that freaking cage on his head. That was crazy. That was some crazy shit.
Yeah. Hold on. So, the firstborn son.
The firstborn son.
The torso.
Uh-huh.
It was like literally a torso.
It was literally a torso.
The bonded woman.
Yeah.
The witcher's lover.
Uh-huh.
The torn prince.
Uh-huh.
The angry princess.
Uh-huh.
The pilgrimage. The pilgrimess. And
I don't remember none of that. I remember that maybe they all died in the
the
beginning.
great child and the dire mother.
That was the mom and son, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they already
They were the only good ones because it was his wife and son.
No,
it took their soul.
No, the widower was his wife.
The widower was his wife.
Yeah, everybody else was evil. Everybody else was an angry ghost.
Nah,
but yeah, we saw that movie. I couldn't watch it as a kid, but good now.
Yeah, that movie freaked me the fuck out.
So, but finish up what you were saying because I was asking if you ever found yourself. You gave me if you ever.
Oh yeah. Like with Sinister in the Ring, I don't think I would have ever figured out how the curse worked.
I got you, especially before you died.
Cause like, come on, like we're not on some Da Vinci Code shit. Like, be for real.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Unless
like,
you can fly to the Vatican, and they give you access.
Right, give you secrets and shit.
And you can read. And you can read.
Especially
Latin.
Like knowing that the curse from the ring originated in Japan. You gonna go fly to Japan
and figure that out
right?
Before the
like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
be for real.
No, I feel it.
Be for real. Like, imagine you exist in a world where this lore isn't like internet based or it's not like conjured up. Like it actually exists.
Yeah.
Live in a world where, I can't say that because we don't know. We never know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
You know, but in a scenario like that, I don't think I would have figured it out. Copy the tape and then.
Yeah, because that's not something that really goes through your mind.
No one's thinking about that. Like, we know that now because we've been influenced by movies and shit. Like, there's probably a curse or, like, a way to get the curse off of you.
Yeah,
Because we conjured that idea.
For sure, yeah.
But, like, in a unknown scenario, you see what I'm saying? Like...
Well, and that's why I pride myself in watching like every different types of films because it's like you never know if that shit really does come to fruition or by some chance the universe does a small hiccup where it releases some bullshit. Right. You're gonna be like, all right, at least I know what to do. That's how come I always say. That's how come I always say in a like a zombie like situation. It's like you gotta figure out what it is first, and then how to move accordingly. Right. So that's how I would put it though. But found footages are very scary because it's like
very scary because this person didn't survive.
Exactly.
So if this person didn't survive, what makes you think I would survive?
I would survive. And sometimes it's not even like that person didn't survive. You found it. You figure out a way to survive. No. It could be multiple people that don't survive until you figure it out.
Right. Until that found footage. Because remember. With Blair Witch, they're the only one who captured this on film. Yes. This thing's been terrorizing them for more than 400, 600 years.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know. You're just the first one to get an account of what was happening.
Of what was happening.
Like imagine if you didn't have that camera and you just went camping in the woods and you wake up and you find a pile of stones next to your campsite.
No, I feel it.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just weird shit, man. Weird shit.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You got any final thoughts?
No. That was it. as when the camera tweaked last night, and then we started talking about it, you just came up with it. I'm like, yeah, man. Found footages are scary because it's like you don't survive. You know you don't survive, and if by any chance you do, you're crazy.
That's facts.
But it's like no one has ever survived.
Because I always tell you, I always hate that feeling of being watched.
Yeah.
But it's doubled when you're being watched through your watching facilities.
That's true.
It's like, hey,
it's your own camera, but somebody's
it's your
watching
own camera, but they're watching you
behind that camera. Yes,
that's
you're
crazy.
watching. They're watching you watch your camera,
right?
That you don't know you're being watched on. So, but no, man, I got nothing else, man. It's just something interesting to talk about. But
I feel it.
We're gonna have a very interesting Halloween episode, so that's gonna be very creative and fun. Come up with something very interesting that'll keep you guys on your toes.
Yes, sir.
But guys, thank you again for joining us at the tabletop. If you want to catch and watch our ugly mugs on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and now YouTube Music. We also have our YouTube channel, One Word, Tabletop Topics, our Triple T's Clips channel, and our TikTok. So if you click on the links, it'll take you directly to the episodes, and of course we have timestamps so you can navigate throughout. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and of course leave us a comment. Again, guys, thank you again for joining us at the tabletop. You have a good night, weekend, evening, and day, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
See ya.